Hello, 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 everyone.
Hello. Hey, Sandy. How are you, Shawn?
I am doing good. I know we did a boom, let's just go live kind of thing tonight.
We did. We did. We were afraid of some technical difficulties when we were trying to do the intro and weren't quite sure. Didn't want to cause a delay, so figured let's play it safe. And then when Shawn's home next week,
Yep, yep.
fingers crossed,
Yeah, right, right.
we will be able to debut that. Oh, some more
Exactly.
friends are popping in.
We didn't get the 5 minute intro so people could start popping in. Hello, Jay. Hello, Brandon. Hello, Sandy. Yeah, we
Hello,
apologize.
Kate.
We have a brand new intro. Um, it's so cool. It's very cool. Walter was like, it is very talk show intro like, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, we were testing it beforehand, and I think it's the internet here in the hotel that just blew us out and it knocked me out, and we'll debut that next week. So
Yeah, yeah, but it is. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
it's kind of cool. However, so you can say first. What did you comment on when we besides the talk show? You said you didn't realize what, which is kind
Oh,
of
how much I nod my head.
yeah
I look
that
like I look like a bobblehead doll for I think by watching it.
it has little blurbs of us in videos. So he's nodding, and then I feel like I do this laughy thing like a tick. Like,
But what's cool is like it's natural like reactions and poses from us.
it
So
is. Yeah, it very much is. Yeah. So I
yeah,
can't wait. I can't wait to show everybody next week. So
yeah.
yeah,
Real
Jay, it's interesting. My travel. It's I shouldn't be traveling this much, but I have a job that brings me all kinds of places, which is kind of fun. I never know where I'm going to be from day to day sometimes, so it is kind of fun.
Yeah. I'm just going to give a quick hello to Brenda, my sister. Hello. Hello, Karen and Lindsay
Z,
and Kara. And hey, Nikki.
Nikki,
Thanks all for joining us tonight.
we have yeah, our weekly product this week for you is a Garden 101 stencil. And then it was the stamp of the month. Super cute 2x3 stamp. Really, really, really cute. I think it sold out. I think I looked last night or yesterday before I left, or night before. There was some in stock. It looked like again. I think.
Yeah,
Um, so I think we did restock it. It's a really cute stamp.
it
Really
is.
cute.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Agreed.
I'm
Uh,
super excited to do this card. Should we just jump? Should we jump into it and get
let's
some cards?
jump in.
Let's
Yeah.
see if I can do my down cam here correctly. We have some new background stuff I was working on too, which is kind of fun. Let me see if I can switch to my down camera.
Hey, Meg. Nice to see you, friend. It worked. You're on the side. You may need to rotate your phone physically. I don't know if you can hear me, Shawn. Okay. So I'm not sure if Shawn. Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you.
If I turn that camera off, I lose the sound. I'm sorry. So we're gonna keep up the three here. Just ignore my down face.
No problem. No problem.
I'm gonna just see if
Um,
I can switch the angle of my camera for a minute.
okay. Yep. Well, while Shawn's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and we can start walking you through the product. So this is the one of a kind stamp of the month that we were just alluding to. Really cute butterfly and the sentiment you are one of a kind. Really cute. So we'll be using this stamp tonight. Also part of the collection tonight is the stencil Gardening 101 hold on. I'm just going to dim a bulb here that I forgot to dim before I went live, so I don't have that reflection. There we go. So here is our Gardening 101 stencil. Really fun, obviously garden themed based on its name. So all these garden tools that you would associate with a garden. Also, this week, there is a giveaway. The giveaway for the week are these Brutus Monroe floral lace rub-on sheets. You have 2 of them, and they are really cute. And one that you see on top has some florals and some lace borders and some sentiments. The second one has these beautiful wreaths, very colorful. And so I'm actually using them with my design tonight since they're being featured as the free item for the week. They, I think it's a $25 purchase, get you these for free. And then also I decided to add in the framed florals paper collection to use. So I have some patterned paper in the background.
The only thing, can you still hear me, correct?
Yes, can hear you fine. Yep.
Okay, so the only other thing I'm adding to mine is I'm doing, I used some jade embossing powder for my butterflies, and I'm actually going to use martini embossing powder for my garden stencil, and then I'm going to do some watercoloring and throwing in some aqua pigment. So I'm going to do some yellow, blue, green, and orange for my ink smushing on my background.
Awesome.
And I did not bring the rub-ons, and so I was going to add those, but because I forgot them, we won't add those here this evening. So
okay. Yeah. Real quick, hello, Penny. Welcome, friend. And hello to Shalana. Hello, Miss Shalana.
And Meg. Welcome.
So I am hoping to get 2 cards made tonight. And the reason why I plan on doing 2 is because they are a little bit more of a simple design. So they're not going to take as long because really, I mean, we have some cool product here that is pretty quick to use. So
yes, Christy, traveling, was trying to do, I talked to Candy today to try to figure out mic and cameras and stuff because she does her dual thing, and I have it almost figured out, but if I shut off my face cam, I lose sound. So we'll figure that one out for when I'm traveling. So you're going to get my face and my hands this evening. Ignore the face because I'm not really paying attention to the face.
oh, too funny. Hello, Christy. And hello to Jamie. And hello to Anna. Hi, Anna.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, you guys.
Seeing some new names tonight. Welcome to the Men of Monroe Live. Well, hey there, ASC Card Design. That is our friend Annette.
It is. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in and joining us.
So I'm going to use the aqua pigments, and I'm going to do just some ink smushing with them. I wet this down pretty good on my cardstock, my watercolor cardstock. And then I'm not using necessarily a crafting mat. This is just a traveling kind of not a like a mixed media mat. So this is just more of a crafting mat. So I'm just smushing that around.
Okay. You wish Walter had a face too. Oh, Christy, don't you see enough of this face on the weekends when we go live? I think you might. Sandy, you got 6+ inches of snow yesterday. Oh boy. Hey,
boy.
Isis. Hello, friend.
I heard before we took off that they're like, let's just get you guys up and in the air because the storm was coming, and I heard shortly after we left it was starting to hit, so we got out of town just in time.
So those of you that know me know that I am Am I back?
I think you're back. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Thanks.
I'm not sure what kicked you out, but
I'm not sure. Yeah.
wasn't me. I promise. I
I'm
promise.
back. Hello. I don't know. I had started to say something. Those of you that know me know that I love like a black and white and gray, very kind of monochromatic theme from, every now and then, with just a little pop of color. And that's one of the things I'm going to do tonight is that exact theme. So that's the card I'm working on first. Hello, Drea, and yep, I'm back. I I don't know what happened there. I certainly wasn't trying to run away.
I am going to run away. I got to grab something to wipe this off with, so stand by.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Drea, you arrived at a good time. We're just starting to dive in here, so it's all good.
I did not bring a towel, and so this is going to be a creative evening on. I have got the. I just took the napkins out of the coffee station, and if these get icky, it's toilet paper after this.
Oh,
Forgot a towel. But
ruh-roh.
yeah. Go back to the chat here so I can see what's going on in the chat. So Walter and I were kind of talking a little bit before, and I feel like this. Some people might think this as a negative, but it truly isn't. So, even as design team members, I feel like sometimes we get product where we're like, the creative juices just aren't there, right? Like we're like, what do I do with this? So Walter and I were kind of talking about this stencil on things like, what do we do with it? How do we present it? What can we make with it? And just curious in the chat, do you guys ever either buy product or get something and then you kind of like, what do I do with this? Or see a product and like, I don't, what would I do with it? And I feel like, we've got to make stuff with some of this stuff, and it forces us to kind of think of different creative ways to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a certain, like this one I went for technique versus I didn't necessarily have a card in mind or a layout in mind. I was more forced about the technique. I don't know about you Walter, but I feel like the stencil forced me into a technique versus a certain card for this one.
Yes, agreed. Yes, that's very true. I did. I completely agree. And then that kind of changed a bit because I decided to also, for those of you that didn't see them earlier, I also decided to add in, this is the weekly giveaway, the free giveaway this week with a Penny. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a $25 order. It's these really beautiful floral rub-ons, and you get some flowers, sentiments, lace, and some wreaths. And so I definitely wanted to incorporate these into my design. And so, yes, between the stencil and the rub-ons, it completely made me reconsider what I originally thought I was going to do. But that's not a bad thing.
No, I mean, not at all. Like, it just, I mean, not even a stencil. It could be the embossing powder that you get. Like, oh, what do I do with this color of embossing powder? Or,
yep.
you know.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. And I just needed to grab another sheet of black. And for this, I'm going to do that at...
Oh, cool, Nick. Nikki, and I've been like I'm forcing myself over the next couple months to use. I love watercolor and I love these aqua pigments, and I just bought a whole bunch more because they were $2 on sale. And so I just want to play with these so much more, and that's why I'm ink smushing with them tonight. Just a technique again, right? Like how do they work ink smushing and different things with these products. So I like that you're liking them. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks for sharing that bundle,
Yeah.
Penny. Appreciate it. Yeah, Rob, I don't use rub-ons a whole lot either. So it's kind of yeah. I think it's fun to incorporate something new into your design, especially when it's not something you normally use. So yeah. And I see everyone saying hello to Brianna's here. Hey, Brianne.
Hello.
Welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, I think the sale might have ended this weekend. It was I think, retirement and I think a inventory reduction sale, but there's a lot of the aqua pickings were literally like $2. Um, so I stocked up on them this weekend.
Oh, nice. So I had alluded to that black and white color palette with just a little bit of color. So my design here is I cut 2 strips of a patterned black and white paper from the Framed Florals paper pack, which I have to tell you, the name of this paper pack always makes me giggle because when I think of framed florals, I'm thinking about flowers holding their hands up, being like, "We didn't do it."
Yeah, like
So I have 2 strips that I cut that I'm going to have on either end of that card panel. I then have another piece of black that I'm going to use as a layer to put the white on, and then I'm going to layer that on top of it, and that's going to be a really quick, easy, simple design using a stencil, using these rub-ons and some patterned paper that is really quick and easy to make, but I think it's going to be really pretty. Hey, Cordelia. I don't know if I missed you when you first came in, but hello.
Jim, yes, I did not pack my hat for traveling. I should have, but
Oh,
like,
did I miss Jim too? Hello,
he
Jim.
just popped in. He's like, "You look naked without your hat."
I almost didn't recognize you when I first logged in tonight. I was like, I very rarely see Shawn without a hat.
And I got a super short haircut just this past week too, so my hair is like really short.
Gotcha. So for this, I am just using the image of the watering can from the stencil. And I'm using silver metallic ink, but I figured that's, I count silver as going into a monochromatic, black, white, gray type of design. It works pretty well. So there we go. Stenciled a nice watering can. And of course, I hate when I got a little outside the stencil. So for that, I'm going to grab my secret weapon, a white acrylic marker, and just lightly cover that up. And no one's even going to know that I went outside. Perfect.
So I'm just embossing through my stencil. So I just squish the embossing ink through the stencil, emboss it. I'm just cleaning it up here a little bit before I melt it down. Maybe a little emboss resist with this one.
I just thought of something fun that I can do to further tie in the silver. I'm just going to run some around the edge of the black cardstock just to kind of give it an extra detail and really kind of help set it apart since it's going down and there's a black panel in the background for layering. I think that's kind of cool. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to see which flowers I'm going to use from here. There are multiple really pretty sets of these rub-on flowers. And I want to have some room for a sentiment. So I'll use the butterfly in the next card I do. And I think on this one, I will just do the sentiment. Oh, put that in the wrong place. Let me put the other one there. Grab my little popsicle stick and hope that this transfers okay. Fingers crossed, friends. Fingers crossed. Shawn, do you use a lot of rub-ons, transfers?
You know, I was going to say earlier, so not intentionally. However, you know, at Christmas we had that big sale, and then we got that freebie rub-on packages and stuff. And I actually used up every single rub-on and made a huge set of Christmas cards. And the fun part was, we always forget that the other, again, this is a technique thing. Like, I did ink smushing, I did ink blending, all kinds of stuff, and then laid on the rub-ons and added vellum over top of so, you know, I used rub-on on the vellum I'd seen done, so I tried that. So they're actually kind of fun, and it, like, I knocked out probably 12 Christmas cards in like an hour just with the rub-ons and ink blending and stuff. It was so quick.
Oh, cool. So I got a little of a pink on there, and it doesn't seem to like the acrylic marker. So let's try a white gel pen and see if it. Oh yeah, that's actually much better than the acrylic. I don't know why the acrylic didn't stick, but we'll just put some white gel pen there. Okay, so we have that, and I'm thinking that, let's see. Let's use You Make Me Smile.
So I did orange, blue, green, a little bit of green, but it kind of matched everything else, and yellow on this ink smushed background, just to give it that garden, dirt, green grass kind of feel for the background of this. And then I did the embossing in that martini, and then we're going to brighten up this with some pinks and yellows and stuff on the front to bring some sky forward on this piece before we cut it up. on, I forgot to mention, on Hot Fudge. This is Hot Fudge cardstock. And I did put collab links on this stuff that we're using as well in our description tonight. So, yeah, and then we always forget our disclaimer, Walter. I don't know why I keep forgetting that at the beginning. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you?
I did, and you are so good at remembering that, and I'm horrible at it.
I'm trying to remember at the beginning, but yeah, everything we're using this evening was given to us for free as design team members. The collab links is mine. Walter does not have one, so I do get a little kickback on that if you use that. But yeah, we just are giving this product to feature for you guys and show you different ways we can use this stuff. And I am getting out the distress oxides this evening. Another one I just don't play with quite enough.
Oh, I love distress oxides.
I know.
And honestly, something that I love to do to create backgrounds is to apply distress oxides, but using a baby wipe. And most people use baby wipes to take away color, but I like to get the, I'll stamp the oxide ink onto my glass mat, pick it up with the baby wipe, and just press it around in the background, and it gives a really, really cool look.
I love that. Yep. That's another one I don't do near enough. I got a huge pack of baby wipes, and I just don't use them enough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like we forget about this stuff, you know?
Yep. Well, it's so, bye, Christy. Safe driving home.
Hey.
It's so easy to, and also it's like we always end up getting, focusing on new stuff that we buy and making sure that we're using everything.
Yep.
And so those tried and true techniques sometimes fall by the wayside until we remember them.
Mm-hmm. All right, I just got to grab another rag.
So that transfer worked pretty well, but there were some spots where the black didn't want to come all the way over. So I'm just going to use a fine tip black marker and kind of correct for that. That E needs a little help here. There we go. All right. I'll leave that out in case I need it. Now, let's see if I can get some of the acrylic on there. No. Huh. Let me try a different acrylic marker.
So based off of just a little chat going on here, based off of the stuff we're using, how many of you, because I'm digging stencils lately too, like how many of you whip out the stencils and use your stencils, or feel like you don't use them enough maybe? I just trying to use up some of, use the stuff that we forget about.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that for me, I try to remember to use stencils, but they're not like, a go-to as much as stamps are for me.
Right.
Simply because I just, I love stamping and coloring and I actually use stencils more for backgrounds.
Backgrounds. I know, exactly.
Yep. So let's center
Oh, Sandy says uses a lot. Jay's like, I don't use them enough. Like, I feel like it's like you either are really into them or like you just forget they're in the drawer. Like you said, oh, I need a good background. You start digging through the drawer, going, oh, my stencils. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, now that that's on there, I'm just going to use that white acrylic to add a couple more correction points. There we go.
I had pre-cut out some pieces here since I didn't have a measuring tool, so I'm just tracing around these to cut. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to cut out 4 pieces of this in a similar kind of postage stamp kind of feel.
Cool. Yeah, so some interesting comments in the chat about stencils. Annette likes to use them to add soft color as a grounding element for a focal image. Yep, that's what I use them for a lot. Cordelia uses her stencils to emboss also. Very cool. Yep.
Yep.
Agree, Kara. They can be a really quick when time is of the essence. I do like them. I really love like floral layering stencils. Those I can't get enough of.
You do a lot of Altenew, so I'm not surprised with that one.
Yeah, and you know that's exactly what I was referring to. With all, yeah, they have some amazing layered stencil floral sets. So, and yeah, they're beautiful. But it's always fun to kind of, you know, decide how you want to use something in a given week. And I think what you're seeing is with Shawn and I not pre-making cards and designs for this, is that we're kind of thinking off the cuff a little bit more, and I think being a little bit more brave and experimental.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
I kind of always have an idea. Like, I got to look at the product, try to figure something out, but like without pre-making something and have it too premeditated, it is forcing me on the cuff, going, oh, you know what? Midstream, I don't want to do this. I'm going to do this.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Hey, Candy. Welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, we're moving and grooving.
I had to call Candy today on a technical thing and texted her, and she's like, I'm eating in a few minutes. And I'm totally joking when I say this, but I was like, oh, fine. I'm taking, second priority to her food. And she called me and she's like, I'm sorry, I was eating a taco salad. You know how taco salads are. When you let them sit too long, they get soggy. So I was going to eat that first before calling you back. I'm like, you're totally fine. I'm like, because that's funny. Actually pretty factual.
Okay, so I told you 2 cards tonight. First one is done. Very quick, clean, simple. Simply cut 2 strips of patterned paper, made that centerpiece to kind of go over them, stenciled in my watering can, used those rub-ons to add in my pop of color with the flowers, and add in my sentiment. And just like that, 1 card done.
Going for 2.
Going for 2, which is not like me.
Is this your Olympic theme for card making? Oh, we lost him again. Let me check and see if it's. He keeps popping off on my camera, and I don't know.
There I am.
Your thing keeps popping off over here. I don't know if it's the internet or Penny's kicking you out. One of the two. She's looking around look at her on the side. I'm missing a little piece of brown paper. Let's see if it's still in the envelope. Nope.
Okay, next one.
All right, maybe.
Thanks, Meg. Thank you.
3.
Kara and Annette. Appreciate it. Overachiever. Oh, Sandy. You have a lot to learn about me, my friend.
Yeah. Turn this way so everybody can see. I am missing. I thought I had 4. I'm missing a mat for my 4th piece, which is okay because it fits with my theme of one of us is doing our own thing anyway for the one-of-a-kind stamp. So we're going to go with that. It was intentional on purpose, kind of thing.
Hey, Luann.
I think I might have seen. I didn't actually watch the video. I just saw the little still shot of Luann at the Packin' Live. I think this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think was that you,
Oh.
Luann, packing things away.
Okay, now for this one.
It looked like her anyway.
Awesome.
Everyone's got the itch to go help do some packing. I saw Christopher had a lot of his retail stuff, like display stuff for sale. I noticed a couple things. If I lived closer, I probably would have got a couple things for like craft organization.
Oh. Yeah, if I lived closer, I would definitely be popping in to visit and just seeing.
Oh, she was packing orders. Nice.
And to help out, yeah. Okay, so that one should be big enough. And I can do one down. I can overlap one. Do I want to do that? Do.
She was there. She just didn't love packing.
And then I could do the butterfly up in that. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. Grab some white. And I'm going to use these, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that actually kind of does work without the mat on there, I guess, being the one-of-a-kind theme here.
That will work.
Oh, didn't like being live, not the packing. You just didn't like being on camera?
Let's do it this way. Nope, we need...
I think our Brutus people are pretty non-judgmental.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that'll work.
All right, let's see if I can get some water and coloring whipped out for these butterflies. So I pre-stamped out the butterflies from the one of a kind stamp of the month. These are the ones that I embossed with the excuse me, with the jade. And you could use the aqua pigments for these. I am using my Distress just because, again, I don't technique-wise use this enough with some of my ink pads. So, oh, thank you so much. Little postage, modified postage stamp layout without the die cuts for it.
Okay, let's see if these rub-ons were successful. Yeah. Just a little touch-up needed here and there, but pretty good. All right. So,
I always feel like the rub-ons just kind of bring me back to like school when we had the rub-ons and things like that.
oh, I know, yeah. We'll just fix these here.
Did you get the rub-ons at Christmas to use or not?
I did not, no.
Okay. I had a this set that for this month. I have the set that they sent us. I already had a set that was almost all gone and used. An Instagram friend sent me an old Brutus Monroe set, and it had that in it from like a year before I started design team. It was like in the spring, something spring or something, and so I had to use those
Oh,
before. But she's like, "Do you want these?" She was like, "See her on the Bruce Monroe thing." I'm like, "I'll take them." Heck yeah!
cool.
Little happy mail.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, put some magnets down here. And something. So you'll see that tonight I'm focusing on just using the stencil for certain images. The first one was the watering can. This one's going to be a pot for the plant. So don't forget, like, you don't have to use the entire stencil either. You can pick and choose elements that you'd like to use. And I found that rusty hinge distress ink gives you a really nice terracotta look for your pot. So if you're looking for terracotta, I highly recommend trying Rusty Hinge.
That is one of the best distress colors ever.
I agree. It's often overlooked too, I think.
Great for getting that rusty pickup truck kind of stuff and
Mm-hmm. I mean, just because of my love for vintage, I have to admit that my favorite three are antique linen, tea dye, and vintage photo.
mm-hmm.
Those are the ones I reach for the most, for sure, out of any of the inks. There we go. Yeah, I agree, Meg. I do too. There's that one. And now I'm going to stamp.
I like these butterflies. They're so easy. Like they're just a simple design to color or marker. You know, they're just very easy. And to fussy cut, because I'm gonna fussy cut these out. So they're so easy to fussy cut.
Mm-hmm. Hey, T. Welcome.
Hello, hello. Let's do another yellow, I think. I just watched T's husband make a card. That was just the best.
Oh,
line.
really?
Yeah, she had. I don't remember what it was for. Those two together just cracked. I was just cracking up.
That sounds fun. Come on, you. There we go.
What was that for, T? I can't remember. It was a Valentine's. Like he made you a Valentine's or something. I can't remember what that was for. And then did he have to like? Was it punishment or was it a milestone of something?
Punishment.
He did a really good job.
I'm sure. I mean, let's face it. He had a really good teacher.
Well, that's exactly right. Now, because I didn't bring everything to travel, your aqua pigments would work great for this. There is now a gilded aqua pigment. I'm using my pan set here for gold, but your gilded would look fantastic doing this little fill in here of some detailed stuff.
Let's see. Now I want another bunch of flowers coming up from the pot. And it looks like this one is going to be there.
A little bit better. Yay!
Let's put that there. Hold that down.
Your sister's like, Walter, you laughed at the perfect time. We were just talking about making chocolate woody pops.
Oh, that's funny. It's kind of an inside joke with related to my niece.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, she was making a Valentine's. T's husband was making a Valentine's for T.
Aw, how nice.
I don't know if I could convince Scott to do that on a make a card, let alone make it on a live YouTube.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's probably not going to happen. No. No.
There we go. And let's see. I am going to. I don't know why that's not sticking there. So I'm just gonna do that.
I got to catch up on what you're doing. So did you do the rub-ons on your white cardstock, and now you're gonna marker? Are you coloring them in?
I'm not coloring everything in. I'm just like I stenciled in the pot, then I stamped the butterfly into the other one, and yes, I will color the butterfly, but for like the one with the pot, the pot is it. That's all that's going to be in that particular circle.
Gotcha.
Really kind of, clean and simple.
Yep.
Don't want to pull off any of the rub-on with this tape. So I'm going to put a little piece there and cut it so that it doesn't do that.
Anybody do anything for Valentine's, by the way? Speaking of Valentine's, I was traveling, so we did not. Did you do any The big thing we saw this year was Galentine's. Everyone's doing these Galentine's. Did you do any Galentine's, Walter?
No, not so. Not really. Instead, my friend Katie's daughter Addison, who's like a niece to me, turned 13. And so Katie said, hey, to our friend group, if no one has plans on going out for Valentine's, which I sure as heck didn't because I don't have a Valentine, do you guys want to come over and we'll have a little celebration for Addison? And, her husband's a really good cook, so he cooked dinner. And our entire friend group was together, including some of the husbands. So we had a nice little party for Addison, and it was a great time. And that was on Valentine's night. So, yeah. Much better than, spending it solo,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw a lot of the Galentine's posting, and I'm like, I just loved it. Like, this is just, I love that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the love Valentine, just celebrating,
Exactly. So I think I want to color that butterfly. Let's do some pinks.
I don't know what it is. Every time I hear somebody say butterfly, it brings me back to reading Rainbow.
Oh, great show.
With the butterfly in the sky. Wasn't that Reading Rainbow? That was the Butterfly in the Sky song?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah. Oh, thanks, Isis. So we're going to do some darker in here. And coming out from the center of the wings.
One more butterfly and I can assemble. Well, thank you everyone for hanging with us. Don't forget, if you are interested, I've got the links for the product used this evening in the description, as well as all the links for subscription products of the month. The stamp set that we are using with the butterflies and the one-of-a-kind sentiment is from the Stamp of the Month Club. I used an embossing powder similar to embossing powder of the month. I did not use it because my friend Sandy in the chat is playing with it, so I grabbed a different color green for the month.
Thanks for the reminder, Christy.
What did she say?
She said I was put in my place, and I was by a 6-year-old.
Oh.
My Katie's nieces were there, and her niece Ava is a real firecracker. And so Katie's son Jackson, who's 9, is very interested in chess right now. And so he came up to me and he was like, Walter, do you know how to play chess? And I said, I do. I haven't played in a long time, so I might be a little rusty, but I can play. He was like, would you play a game with me? So I said, sure. So we bring his board over to a table and we're sitting there and we start our game, and little sassy Ava comes along and sits down at the table, and she looks at me and puts this smile on her face and says, so you ready to lose tonight?
Oh, no way.
I was like, wow, getting roasted by a 6-year-old.
Oh my, that is hilarious. Oh my God.
She is a firecracker.
That is hilarious.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to stick with, ooh. I was going to do this side of the patterned paper, but now I'm wondering if I should do the floral side. How would that look? You know what? I'm going to be wild and crazy. That is that's a reddy kind of darker pink. I think I'm going to do the floral side instead. Oh yes, and her loyalty was not with me. It was with her big cousin Jackson, that's for sure.
So funny.
Now, it brings me no joy to say that the 9-year-old did in fact lose the game, and I won. And Miss Ava actually yelled redo when I won the game.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was a good time, though.
Makes you wonder where they get that. Is that coming from the parents or from school? That's hilarious.
Yeah. I know, right? I feel too that at that age, kids are on watching TV probably a lot more than we did at that age. So it could even be from from TV.
Oh, for sure.
Quite confident though, that's for sure. And honestly, I wish I had an ounce of her confidence. Okay, stamp my sentiment.
Trying to squeeze 5 butterflies on here, and I'm not sure if I can squeeze them all in.
Oh. There we go.
I need that odd number. Move that one in. There we go.
And I think what I'll do, just to help these white circles stand out a bit, is blue. Let me get a blue. Let's do a nice dark blue. And just run that around the edge of my white to add that little pop and help it stand out.
Bye, Candy. Thanks for stopping in.
Bye, Candy.
Right, I am done, and I've made a mess of this hotel disc. Hope all this comes off.
Yes, and I am just about done too. I will be finished in a moment. Just need to pop these up on some double-sided foam tape. There we go.
Reagan, hello, my friend.
Hey, Reagan.
Thank you, Meg. Yeah. Fun little set. Very fun little set. And now that one froze up on me. Hopefully I didn't. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Isis. Thank you, thank you.
That one there. And then
I did not see Reagan's tattoo. I'm gonna have to look at one of her videos now, since I'm a tatted up guy. I've never known.
It's on the Making Cards with Friend group page.
Okay.
It is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I'm gonna have to
Makes
go back
me want to go get some more. And we're going to put that one just so. All right. And I am done now too.
2 cards.
2 cards, 2 quick and easy cards. But just, to highlight that how quick and easy it can be with patterned paper and just a stamp, a stencil, some rub-ons. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll bring up mine close to the camera here for everybody to see.
That's beautiful, Shawn.
So my theory of this was just bringing the garden colors forward. I did one of a kind, which I did one in green. The other ones I did with the ink blending and the embossed resist. This was just cabbage cardstock with the martini. So it's just the tone on tone. Oh, no, actually it was martini. I apologize. This was just icicle. So I just did clear embossing on the cabbage just to give it tone on tone and brighten it up. And then that purpose of the one of a kind, meaning we just got one over here all by itself being a one of a kind. So that was kind of my thought process on this card.
Awesome. That is really cool. Yes, I will hold them up. So here's the first one, which I had already shown, but in case you missed it, again, just using patterned paper, a very monochromatic palette, which is to pop a color coming from that rub-on transfer. And then the watering can that I stenciled in silver, You Make Me Smile. And then the second one, I used the You Are One of a Kind sentiment, used the butterfly from that, stamped it into the center of that rub-on transfer frame, stenciled a pot on for the into the frame, and then rubbed on the floral and put it onto some patterned paper. So 2 quick, easy cards.
Now that you separated those out, I'm looking even at the wheelbarrow. You and I use that florals, fabulous florals die set so much. This would, the wheelbarrow with just the die cut florals kind of hanging over it, separating that out. I like that idea.
Absolutely. And that was one of the ideas that I had thought of, but it was going to require a larger panel. And I wanted to I didn't want to cover up too much of the patterned paper, so I didn't do it. But great minds think alike, my friend.
Right. Well, now that I see them separated, I got the stencil out looking. How else could I separate this out? I love that. Even the hands. You could just do the 2 hands for something like a high five or something. The gloves.
Oh, the gloves. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Love that. Love it. All right. So there's our card. Should we head
Thanks,
up to the face
friends.
cam and see if I can do this
Yeah.
transition here? I think I just have to do this. We'll do this, and then I think I just turn off that one. Okay.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thanks, much
Thank you all.
appreciated.
Yes, thank you so much for hanging with us. Hopefully this gave you some ideas with some stencils, maybe even some stuff that you're like, I'm not even sure what to do with the techniques for the night.
Absolutely. And just a coming attraction for next week, the new opening trailer is going to be debuted. So I know Jay had made a couple of comments about the music getting stale. So we have new music, we have new graphics, and it is super cool. So thank you to Christopher and Nick for coming up with an amazing opening.
Yeah.
And you'll see it next week.
Very cool. I think Jay had said something about even the music was not retro disco something. I can't remember what he had commented at one point, but yeah, new intro, and we're so excited. Look, it's so cool. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah. I think it captures our essence pretty well. I think
so too.
Yeah.
Yep, I totally think so. All right, you guys, thank you so much. We will see you guys next week.
Absolutely. Have a great week, friends.